we shall look at find max using the following strategy, namely divide and conquer. So we make use of this paradigm to solve this. Let's look at this approach. Say you have n elements. So what I divide them into two equal sized subarrays. Say a1 to an by 2, then an by 2 plus 1, so on up to an. So in the sense that suppose you want to find max for say this array, what I do, say I divide this into two equal halves, say minus 1, 5, 4, then minus 400, 600 and 800. Okay, so to ensure that this is say 2 power k for some k, so let's add 10 on this side and maybe 5 on this side. So let's add 5, duplicates are allowed. Then next what I do, I divide this into two equal parts. So I keep doing this. So this will be divided into 10 minus 1, 5, 4. Then this will be divided into minus 400, 600 and 805. Fine. So now I divide this further. So 10 minus 1, 5, 4, minus 400, 600 and 805. So we keep doing this. So when do we stop? We keep dividing them into two equal sized half. We stop when we see T of one subproblem, which means you get to see just one element at each place. That's precisely what T of one subproblem. And if you see it as a binary tree, and from this you get two children or two subtrees, from this again two children or two subtrees and so on. These are all leaves, correct? And how many leaves will be there? As you can see, n is divided into n by 2, then n by 4, again n by 4, n by 8, then n by 16. Finally, you see T of one subproblem everywhere. That shows that if you carefully observe, this is the first element, then it is the second element, so on up to n minus 1th element and nth element. So if there are 8 elements over here, as you can see there are 8 and the number of leaves over here is 8. At the first place I create two subproblems, each of size n by 2, in this case it is 4. Then further this is divided into two subproblems, each of size n by 4. In this case it is 2 each. Further it is divided into subproblems of size n by 8. In this case it is 1. And when you hit 1, you stop your approach. Now the beauty starts. What are we doing? We know that 10 itself is max, minus 1 itself is max. So we compare these two max to get max for this subproblem. So it's like this. You have max 1 and you have max 2. You compare these two. In this case it is 10 and in this case it's minus 1. So you make one comparison and you keep a local maximum here, so which is 10. Do this for each subtree. So now you have 5 and 4, max is 5, max is 4. Compare these two, you need one comparison and retain max of this. What is this? This is max of 5 comma 4, and continue this process. Then this is max, 3 times the max of these two, and then 800 is max, 5 is max, compare and this. Continue this procedure. At this level, max of 10, 5 is 10. At this level, max of 600 and 800 is 800. Then at the top, if we go, max of these two is this. Now you can carefully count how many comparisons are we done to complete this task. T of one subproblem, no comparisons at each of this place. So 0 number of comparisons at each of the leaf node. Then I incur one comparison to get max of these two, one comparison to get max of these two, one to get max of this, and so on. Again, with these two, you incur one more comparison to get max, one more comparison to get max. Again with this, one more comparison to get this. So total number of comparisons for this case study is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if n is 7, we see that we incur, n is 8, we see that we incur 7 comparisons to return or to find max. Now the interesting question is this true in general? You are given an n-sized array, and are we incurring n-1 comparisons following this strategy, following this divide and conquer strategy to output maximum? So which we shall analyze now. And why is this divide and conquer? Given an n-sized array, divide them into two equal sized arrays and do that recursively. Keep doing it. n by 2 becomes n by 4, n by 4, and so on. And where do you stop? When does the recursion stop or recursion bottoms out? The recursion bottoms out when we see T of one subproblem, when we see exactly one subproblem, subproblem whose size is 1. Then that is divide part. So divide the input into n by 2, n by 2, n by 4, n by 4, and so on. What do you mean by conquer? Conquer part is building the solution. Building the solution from bottom up. So divide as top down. Keep dividing the input array into two equal sized sub-arrays. Conquer is bottom up. That's where you construct the solution. So find solution for sub-arrays and sub-arrays. Use that to get solution for sub-array. Then you have solution for sub-arrays. Use that to get solution for the actual given array. And so that's essentially the idea. So you keep building max bottom up until you reach the root. So divide and conquer, one can also divide and conquer strategy or paradigm. One can analyze the number of comparisons you incurred or the primitive operation you fix, and then you want to analyze the number of times that primitive operation has been encountered as part of the underlying problem. One can analyze using recurrence relation, which we shall see next. In particular, we shall look at how to analyze the time complexity of find max using divide and conquer strategy. So as part of our algorithm, what are we doing? We have a problem of size n, which is divided into n by 2, n by 2. Then further it is divided into n by 4, n by 4. So like that it happens. And when do we stop? We stop this when we reach problem of size 1. This is what we do as part of divide. As part of conquer, what we do at this place, there is no comparisons. At leaf level, we don't incur any comparisons. Then we incur one comparison at this place to combine the solutions. Then we incur one more to combine this, we incur one more to combine this, and finally we combine these two to get this. So T of n denotes the total number of comparisons to compute or find max. Fine. Now how is this done? To do this, we create two subproblems, each of size n by 2. Correct? Then we get solution from this, we get solution from this, and we combine them. What is the cost of combining the solution? It is 1. Just one comparison, right? We take the solution of this, we take the solution of this, and then we combine them to get this. So essentially it is like this. To compute T of n, which is the total number of comparisons to output max, we take the total number of comparisons for n by 2 subproblem, total number of comparisons for another n by 2 subproblem. So meaning to compute n, we take T of n by 2. What is this? The number of comparisons to find max in the first half of the array, which is 1 to n by 2. Then we take the other half. We count the number of comparisons to find max in A of the second half of the array, n by 2 plus 1, so on up to n. So we incur some number of comparisons here, we incur some number of comparisons here, we add them. Along with that, we compare these two to output this. So which means that cost should also be added. So total number of comparisons to output max using divide and conquer strategy is precisely this. Number of comparisons from this subproblem, which is T of n by 2, because T of n denotes the number of comparisons to find max in n-sized array. And T of n by 2 says number of comparisons to find max in n by 2 sized array. So T of n by 2 plus T of n by 2. Then you have max from this, you have max from this. We make one comparison to output max for n-sized array, which is taken into account as part of this. Now one has to solve this to find the number. So T of n is 2t n by 2 plus 1. Follow substitution method. If we follow substitution method, we see that T of n is equal to 2t n by 2 plus 1, and 2t n by 2 plus 1, in place of T of n by 2, you substitute n by 2 here. You see that 2 times T of n by 4. So T of n by 2 is 2 times T of n by 4 plus 1, which means 2 times T of n by 4 plus 1 plus 1. Plus 1 is this plus 1. So now simplify, you get 2 square T of n by 4 plus 2 plus 1. Go to the next iteration, and in the next iteration this will become 2 cube. T of n by 4 is n by 2 square. Next iteration it will be n by 8 or n by 2 cube, and we will have 2 square plus 2 plus 1. So like that, if we do after k iterations, we will get 2 power k t of n divided by 2 power k plus, if it is 2 cube, 2 square, which means 2 power k, it is 2 power k minus 1, so on up to 2 plus 1. And assume n is 2 power k, then what we get is 2 power k times t of 1 plus 2 power k minus 1, so on up to 1. We know that t of 1 is 0, correct? And total number of comparisons, if problem size is 1, is 0. So which means this part is 0 and this part is arithmetic progression. So which means it is 1 to 2 power k minus 1, which is 2 power k minus 1, correct? And 2 power k minus 1, and so 1 plus, so on up to 2 power k minus 1 is 2 power k minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. What is this value? This is precisely 2 power k minus 1. We know n is 2 power k, which means it is n minus 1. So the interesting part is even using divide and conquer strategy, so we see that number of comparisons to find max is n minus 1. Now the question is, again we will let you know how to handle the case when n is not 2 power k, but if you assume n is 2 power k, we see that it is n minus 1. Now the interesting part is, why should I divide this into two equal sized arrays? Why not 3, why not 4, and why not uneven split? If we do that, would there be a change in the time complexity? Can we get a number which is strictly smaller than n minus 1? Which we shall see next.